Hey everybody, this is GG Beater. What are we talking about? We got some Saturday day games. We got a good amount of them. More than I thought we would, but considering we're down to 25 teams, so some of them had byes this week. But let's start with our first one of the day. 11 o'clock, we at UCF traveling to number 3 Cincinnati. Cincinnati favored by 21 points on ABC. How has UCF season's been so far? Honestly, not that great. They started out the season pretty well, 36-31 win against Boise State, and then the 63-14 win against Bethune-Cookman. Then they had the 42-35 loss at Louisville. It kind of sucked because it was a game likely should have won. They had the ball with like 20 seconds remaining or something like that. It was a tie ball game. They were within field goal range, and then Louisville had a pick six, and that won them the game. But the big thing in that game that ended up really hurting UCF's chance at having an American championship is the loss of their star quarterback, Dylan Gabriel. Broke his collarbone. He's out for the entire season. And they lost their next matchup 34-30 at Navy, and then they won 2016 last week against East Carolina at home. Sorry. Miley Keene, it was the freshman quarterback. Kind of cool. I didn't expect him to start. Of all the people, probably would not have picked him to start. But, you know, he didn't end up starting. He did pretty well. 23-35, threw for 194 yards. 0 touchdowns to 1 pick. Johnny Richardson, the running back, had 16 carries, 104 yards, and a touchdown. Disappointed that Bowser has not been playing recently, but Richardson's done a good job in his spot. Ryan O'Keefe, pretty good receiver, had 10 catches for 73 yards. Cincinnati, on the other hand, everyone knows how good Cincinnati is right now, ranked 3rd in the nation. They started the season with a win, 49-14 against Miami, Ohio. Then they won 42-7 against Murray State. Then they won 38-24 at Indiana. That was their first wake-up call because Indiana gave them a game. Indiana was the dominant team. They looked like the much better football team before the half, and then Cincinnati came out, played a much better second half, and won the game. And then they ended up having their biggest win of the season, 24-13 at number 9 Notre Dame. And then they won last week 52-3 against Temple. Desmond Ridder last week went 22-30, threw for 259 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jerome Ford had 15 carries for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Alec Pierce had 6 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. So this series is actually evenly split. UCF and Cincinnati are 3-3 all time. Last 2 games have gone Cincy's way. The last 2 have been decided by 3 points exactly. So very close matchups the last 2. The 3 before that, they have the 2-game win streak for Cincinnati. The 3 before that 2-game win streak started were all blowout UCF victories. So recently, if it's a blowout, UCF's going to win it, and if it's a close game, Cincinnati's going to win it. But this is a weird game. Okay. Last 2 games have been decided by 3 points. They normally play tight, close games now. A lot of those games were because Dylan Gabriel went off and decided to carry his team to a shot at winning. So that's going to make it interesting to see what Miley Keene can do and what this defense can do against Cincinnati. Desmond Ridder's been really good this year so far. I think Cincinnati's a significant playoff contender. I think all 25 teams are still playoff contenders, but there's like levels. And Cincinnati is that top tier level with Georgia and Iowa. That's what I consider that top tier level. But I think Cincy's a really good football team. But I also think UCF holds them. They normally play relatively close games, and that makes me think that UCF's going to cover this 21-point spread, but Cincinnati's going to win it and hang on.